Except when I'm in YouTube jail and the only thing I can post are old videos I've already put on YouTube. Most of the time we stick to new things around here. Because there's so much going on, why don't we just talk about what's happening right now? So that's pretty much what we do all the time. I'm going to make an exception for that right now. We did a video the other day, showed the family of a black killer in court, mocking, scorning, threatening the family of the guy who was murdered. That was pretty bad. It's one of our viewers. He reminds us, no, Colin, that was bad. But this one is really bad.
As in the courtroom, a man who killed a UWM student will spend the rest of his life in prison.
New at 10/12 News, Terry Sater talked to the victim's family tonight. Terry, they're still upset about what happened in court today.
Yes, they are. The Potter family was surrounded by family and friends tonight at home. Thankful the courtroom drama is behind them, but still struggling with why any of this happened in the first place.
As a parent, you try and teach your children right from wrong, and you try and teach them to be the best person they can. And I didn't see any of that in him.
The words of a grieving mother directed at Shondell Jackson, the man who shot her son, Nathan Potter, last July as the UWM student was walking to his River West apartment. And then, while being sentenced to life in prison Friday, Jackson delivered an outburst in the Milwaukee County courtroom. Jackson's angry family members then shouted support to him as he was led away, and one screamed at Potter's grieving family. Denise Potter had shared her grief with the judge during sentencing.
They shot him, they dragged him and kicked him to the curb. My son, my kind, loving boy. What kind of people do this? But evil people. People that need to be locked up forever.
We were praying he would get life. We never thought the drama that would happen, or we wouldn't have brought our 13-year-old daughter.
The Potters said Friday's outburst added to their grief and to their teenage daughter's fear.
Especially when they were yelling threats. She's like, how can I sleep now? What is going on? Why are these people like this?
And the Potters want others to remember their son for his smile and his kind heart.
If you were stranded on the side of the road, he would be the one person to stop and help you.
Nathan Potter was 21 years old, a young man who loved to help people and loved to sing. His mom and dad hope his murder leads to better police patrols in the River West area and around the UWM campus.
Man, this happens so much in court. The people that are caught killing, raping, murdering, they look at the victims and they laugh.
Accused of killing a Coquina Key resident and injuring the man's sister won't be getting out of jail anytime soon. A judge denied bond for Otis Henderson. News Channel 8's Jamel Lene joins us now live from Pinellas County Jail, where the victim's relative spoke to that judge. Right, Jamel?
Good evening, Josh. She did, and she had a mouthful to say to Henderson, but in a cold-blooded response, he just laughed.
I hate you. You remember my name? You remember Paul's? You stop laughing.
Joyce Laporte was not pleased when Otis Henderson cracked a smile in first appearance Wednesday as she spoke about her murdered uncle and her mother, who police say Henderson beat.
My mother had to push herself through her brother's blood to get to the door.
Police say Henderson attacked Paul Dumas in Elaine Vadina over the weekend. Laporte said Henderson turned on her uncle after he took him in.
He knew him for over 15 years. They were even lovers, okay? And he turned around and he viciously attacked him.
Laporte said her mother was uncomfortable living with Henderson because of his violent past. His arrest record in Hillsborough and Pinellas counties are long. In 1995 and 96, Henderson was arrested for battery. Henderson was arrested twice in 97, again for battery and sexual battery. In 2001, he served time in state prison for battery, fraud, and grand theft. He was released in June 2002. In August that same year, Henderson went back to prison for burglary and drug charges. This time, he was sentenced to 15 years. Henderson was released this past August and moved in with Dumas. Laporte hopes he stays in a cell this time.
I want Otis to rot in jail. That's where he deserves to be. He's too dangerous. He shouldn't be out anyway.
And Henderson's cousin, he did show up to court as well. He did not want to go on camera with us, but he did give condolences to Dumas's family. And again, as you heard earlier, Henderson has no bond.
Sometimes the judge catches them, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes the victims are just left there, sputtering, pointing at the killer, going, "Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said?" And nobody pays attention to them. Because paying attention to the scorn that black criminals have for their white victims, well, there's way too much of a chance of that making the black kids angry.